Hello and welcome everybody to Cosplay Central's virtual competition 2021, baby. My name is Jaremi Carey. You can catch me 5 days a week on Twitch or on my brand new show on Twitch, Cosplay, where 10 contestants around the world are competing to win $5,000 for the best cosplayer. So I'm super excited about that coming this fall. But right now, we are going to get into some of these cosplays from around the world. CosplayCentral.com is a place for all things cosplay. So whether you're a casual fan, you're a professional diehard, or something in between, it's guaranteed that there will be something for you. We couldn't wait for the shows to come back to life later in the year, so we are back this 2021 with our edition of virtual cosplay competition for Cosplay Day. All the entrants have handcrafted the costumes themselves, or they have heavily modified pieces and completely transformed them. And just like any event or any cosplay competition, there's a lot of prejudging that goes on beforehand. So what you all are seeing here today, just know that a lot of judging went on behind the scenes that you guys we cut all that out for you. We made it easy for you to watch. We have an incredible panel of judges who will be joining us today. I'm super excited to meet everybody and talk to them. I want you all to welcome Alyson Tabbitha, Xephyr Studios, and Bakka Cosplay.
Hey!
Hello. Hello. Alyson, I'm going to start with you out of everybody, since we're just going to go right on the list. Alyson, how are you doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at it like, oh, I know exactly who that is. But go ahead and tell us a little bit more.
I'm Alyson Tabbitha. I'm a cosplayer from Orlando, Florida. I have been cosplaying since 2014, I believe. And yeah, maybe you've seen me on the internet. Maybe you have not. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. But I'm so excited to be here. And judging this contest was it was incredible to see all the contestants and all the work they put into it. And I got very emotional. I screamed at my screen a few times. Very exciting. So I'm so happy to be here. And yeah.
I love how excited you are. I love when I get to like co-host events and stuff, and like the judges are excited to be there. It's not like a job, you know what I mean? So I love your energy. It's so much fun. Zephyr, how are you doing? Welcome in. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, likewise. So yeah, I'm Zephyr Studios. I've been cosplaying for about 6 years, and I tend to focus on lots of hard surface fabrication, 3D printing, modeling, lots of paint and props and whatever. And so I am honored to be here, and the amount of quality I've seen from these contestants tonight is just astounding, and I cannot wait to show you guys what we saw. So.
I love it. And last but not least, Bakka Cosplay, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine. Totally exhausted because so many deadlines, and due to Corona, nothing's happening, but a lot is happening at the same time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a special makeup artist and a cosplayer, as everyone else here. And I am in between being professional, but not very professional, because I'm a wig maker at the same time and a special makeup artist. But I'm doing cosplay for fun since 2005, and it just became very natural to do something job-ish into this area in Germany, and I'm half French. And I think I said the most important thing. So
I love it.
So many things, because we have so many things to show tonight that I'm already on it. Like with my mind, it's like, oh, don't screw the presentation.
This is gonna be good. I can't wait.
Yes.
I love it. Is this your little workshop that you got going on in the back?
Yeah. So
I love it.
This is my sewing and computer area and my wall of wigs, because this is the only wall where I can put them. So I just use them lazily as my background.
No. I love it. I love that we can see like you basically in the background. Is there anything like special that you're working on?
Actually, this guy.
Yes.
This guy, it's a project that I have been thinking about for at least 8 years.
Oh wow.
It's a chapter. Yeah, actually, I'm a very old Naruto otaku, and not the new weeb of the anime today. And it's a soul thing, because I began more than 15 years ago. This was supposed to be my 2020 project, but then Corona. So now I'm doing it with the Ministry of Culture in Germany, and they supported most of like everything on it, and many partners. So I'm so excited because I have the deadline on the 30th, but I'm gonna, of course, continue working on it because I like details. And
You're great. I just
did.
I love it. Yeah.
Enough.
No, I'm excited to hear it. It's so nice to meet you. We had 61 entries total from all around the world, including US, UK, we had Canada, Russia, Brazil, Mexico, Iceland, and so many more. As well as Best in Show, the judges have selected 3 more cosplayers who really excelled and will also be awarding one of our beginner entries the title of Best Beginner. We sadly don't have enough time to showcase every single entry, but we did put together a beautiful showcase, so we're going to show them off right now. In no particular order, here are some of the entries that didn't make the final shortlist for the prize this time. So when you all are judging, is there anything that any of you guys can jump in, is there anything that you guys look out for specifically that stands out to you, or something that you like have to keep your eye on?
I would say looking at the overall costumes, like you get a general idea, but when you look at like the booklets and break it down, it's those little details that you didn't see that really like blow you away and make you like take a step back and be like, oh my God, this is like so much more incredible than I thought it was at like face value. So I do like seeing like little unexpected details pop up.
Oh, I love it.
And whenever a costume crosses boundaries of disciplines, like you have both needlework and armor craft, and you have foam work and 3D printing, like the more of that you do and the more you do it well, the more that really stands out to me.
Yeah.
Bakka,
Actually, I'm in between those two because I'm very fan of detailed work, obviously. And when you have different layers of discovery of a project, so the more you look at it, the more you see decorations or even Easter eggs of like, oh, actually, this is not a coconut, but a purse and stuff like that. So I think this kind of physical and MacGyver-y intelligence, I'm a huge fan of that. Like oh, I added a pocket and then had to think about what to put in it because I love just functionality.
No, yeah, I love it. So I'm looking at these photos. These are pretty incredible. So the fact that these are like
it was a hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited to see
The
like
details.
It was, oh my God.
Yeah,
it was heartrending to tell people that to pick the ones that we couldn't show.
Yes,
so.
that was nearly impossible.
And that actually leads into my next question. So people that have done this, and maybe they didn't make the finalists this round. Do you all have any advice for people entering a craftsmanship competition?
In general or in detail? Because in general,
I think in general,
research.
Yeah.
Because like we can get so many information by now. There are books and tutorials and videos. Like just like Alyson already has so many very useful videos. So you can jump on it, but and at the same time research and fusion it into something great instead of not trusting yourself, just looking at the videos, watching the videos, or just jumping in it without head front.
Take it head on. Yeah.
It's 8 a.m. I'm very sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry.
I also think I'll let you go. You go.
Okay. Don't break yourself out worrying about judging. Like just look at your craft and just try to do, because like when you do a good job in what you're doing and you have like you pour your love into it, right? It comes across, and don't think about what whoever's going to judge you is going to think about it, because that doesn't matter, right? If you like it and you have the interest, it'll make it great.
See, I come from the performing on stage world as far as like being on Drag Race and doing reality TV. And for me as an entertainer, if I can see the energy and just how much joy you have in it, that just shines so much more to me than anything else. So I want people to have fun with it, right? Yeah, just have fun. So
I saw so many Junkrats who were fine, and because I made so many details on him, like you see the tips of his fingers there and his legs. And like we spent like 6 months on it, and then I continued for another year. And they are just nice Junkrats out there, but the love is always the same. Like even when the leg is on the wrong leg, it's fine because people are like burning and so many details, so much passion in it.
Yeah, I agree.
I was so excited to see this Mother War cosplay. I'm a huge My Chemical Romance fan. It's from a music video. I loved how unconventional it was.
The choice is also so great sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, another tip I would give contestants entering a contest is be creative and don't limit yourself to how creative you are. The more surprising elements you can add, the more creative you can be to incorporate those into your costume. I think it does take you like that extra mile. So
I was
no
just gonna
boundaries.
say that.
Just use a Pringle rule.
I was just going to say that. I've done cosplay competitions before and judged them where I've had some judges kind of upset with people not using, like the stereotypical or whatever type of material that they would need. And I get excited when I see unconventional material being turned into something magical. Yeah.
If it works, what's wrong with it, right? Like if it's effective, then I want to know how to get that and incorporate that into my technique book because
And I
not on this one, but I have an avocado that is scraped hollow, and I put my glasses now in it for my Mononoke because it's natural and it's 90% upcycling. So I use whatever, and this is Or like she used a hoop skirt, and this was to make the shape, for example. Yeah. So it's so good.
It's clever. It adds an element of like cleverness and just like surprise, and it's so resourceful. And I think that's impressive in itself.
So I'm going to ask, this will probably be the last question we have for this one, but before we go on to the actual finalists, but what did you all enjoy most about judging these entries and how tough was it?
Learning stuff additionally. I love teaching and I love exchanging with others. So I love seeing how people make things differently than me because it opens your mind and teaches yourself that you're a tiny, tiny artist in Germany as well. So even the hugest learn from the smallest and the other way around. And this is always, I love this.
Yes.
And pulling the previous comment, like bakka, everyone had energy. Everyone loved what they were doing and just described it. You could tell that they loved making this thing, and it was just great to hear them just gush over their own creations. So.
She made a chair. I mean,
right?
And that was incredible. I've never seen a chair made like that.
It was so well done. I agree with both of them. I just think how excited they got. I really loved their presentation video and them talking about all the little details and get excited of the elements they added. I would just scream at the screen and be like, I love you! I love you!
I think everyone's ready. We miss going to conventions. We miss seeing all of our friends. I think we're all just ready and eager. We're almost there. Even cosplayers as talented as our panel started somewhere. And we want to encourage cosplayers that are just starting out and making costumes to don't stop. Continue developing your skills. We'll be rewarding one of our entries the title of Best Beginner. Here are the beginner entries that really impressed the judges. Transatlantic Crochet from Iceland as Princess Anna from Frozen. Transatlantic Crochet's cosplay as Frozen's Princess Anna is made entirely from crochet. She loves Frozen and becoming Anna and wanted an outfit she could easily walk around in. She designed the pattern for the whole outfit herself. Highlights include adding pockets to the skirt and making a cape flexible. It can be worn as 1 or 2 layers, and there is also a hood, as well as a bonnet, that can be attached by using snaps. Alyson, I have asked my grandmother and my mom to teach me how to crochet. I can make a pattern, I can sew. I cannot crochet for the life of me. And the fact that this entire thing is crochet is just, it amazes me.
Yeah, I've dabbled in it a long time ago. It was a lot of work. I did not have the patience for it. So at face value, I was like, oh, this is a really well-made Anna costume. And then when I found out it was entirely crocheted, my mind was just blown. So I just a big round of applause. I can't believe you're even a beginner. This is impeccable work. All the details were there, and then the pockets. We love pockets on our cosplays. That made me very, very happy, and I was very impressed and excited to see that. So great job.
No, it's beautifully done, and the details everywhere on there, the trim, the roses, the flowers, everything.
Oh my gosh, every detail was there.
I'm looking at the picture. Is it down to the shoes as well?
Yes, everything. It's gorgeous.
Next up, we have little Lottie from USA as Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Out of all the costumes she made during her time in quarantine, this is the one little Lottie is most proud of. This costume was inspired by a beautiful crossover pen design by VLove Spins on Instagram that combined two of this cosplayer's favorite things, Beauty and the Beast and Outlander. She came up with the idea to make a variation of Belle's yellow ball gown that also reflected Claire Frazier's wedding gown and named the project Bonnie and the Beast. The costume took a full month to make, from fabric hunting to completion. The dress is made from 3 types of fabric: yellow floral brocade for the main bodice and outer skirt, metallic linen for the bodice center and underskirt, and thin metallic cotton for the sleeves. The center appliques were sewn on by hand, and the rose petals down to the underskirt were hand-embroidered, reflecting the falling petals of the enchanted rose. The bodice laces in the back with the same material used to trim the bodice. Bakka, tell me your thoughts on this beautiful, beautiful work.
It is, I mean, when I hear something like handmade, hand embroidered, and not only that, but also that she used different fabrics, and there's so much dedication. And then, yet again, she additionally added some story behind that, which is mixed with the passion and the two things she loved. And again, crediting and honoring another crafter, another maker, and another artist with this pin design. So there are so many elements coming together that shows that this is pure passion and pure love. And also the idea that the petals fall down, representing the time that passes. And it's just, goosebumps. It's beautiful. And she's gorgeous. And the best thing is she wrote like, I wasn't sure if I fit in it because, you know, she's not the supermodel size. And it's very sad because she is gorgeous in this dress. And this project, I guess goosebumps again, maybe I just tied, I don't know. But it gave her confidence to go out there digitally because Corona, and wear this with pride and passion. This is beautiful. Thank you.
It really is. I think that's a story everyone can relate to. We all want to feel like our own superhero or you know, our own powerful self. So she looks absolutely stunning, and I hope she knows that too. So thank you, little Lottie.
Make sure and go on her page to say so.
Yes, everybody do that.
Yep, we have to hear that.
No, I really do think, like, not to be cheesy, I do think that's really important because I think a lot of people see like what they think we're supposed to look like, and you're not. Cosplay is supposed to make you feel good and feel fun and happy, and it's made for every body and shape, size, and as long as you're having fun with it, you're doing cosplay.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Next up, we have Adeliera from Russia as Cypheria from Warhammer 40k. Adeliera's Cypheria cosplay from Warhammer 40k was made from her own patterns. The armor was made from 5mm and 10mm EVA foam, lycra, plastic half beads, thread, magnets, zipper, Velcro, and elastic beads. The design of the armor was made as comfortable as possible. Skulls, Volter, plasma guns, sword pommel, and decoration on the gloves are all 3D printed. So that the backpack does not take up much space, she made the wings removable. The wood texture was made by her own method using box cutter, needle file, comb with iron pens, and a heat gun. Zephyr, give me your feedback. Give me all your comments on this. I'd love to hear it.
So what really stood out to me about this was her engineering and her considerations for assembly and disassembly. So her back piece is just it's fantastic. It's made out of plywood, actually, in the core of it, and she's cut out really precise notches for everything to fit in, just so when she takes it apart in the judging video, it's everything seamless and sliding and just glides just like it's cracked to me, because, you know, I'm more of the engineering side. So and the final result is sturdy, seamless, and apparently lightweight. So it's a marvel. And she also exhibits just a wide variety of techniques. She has foam smithing, 3D printing, woodworking, as I said before. So. And her wood texture on the wings is really nice. So just altogether an excellent piece, especially for a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that some of these so far we've seen 3, and already these 3 are beginners. So I'm already blown away by these 3. I can't wait to go into the next. So here we go. For the next one, we have Monkey Meow Cosplay from USA as Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey. This is Monkey Meow's cosplay's first handmade costume. It took her 4 months to make this Harley Quinn cosplay. Each strip of foil on the sleeve was done one by one. She learned to sew and made the whole jacket herself without any prior knowledge, and also learned how to design, print, and paint 3D models. All of the jewelry pieces for this cosplay were designed and painted by her. Now, Alyson, I already see you rocking some DC right now, so what do you think about a fellow DC girl, Harley Quinn here?
I've cosplayed Harley from Birds of Prey, so when I saw this, I got so excited. And you see a lot of Harley cosplays out there, but very few have the ambition to tackle that jacket. That jacket is so intimidating. I have yet to even have the bravery to attempt it. So when I saw that not only did she make it all by hand, but she hand stitched it, I was totally blown away and impressed. And like the fact that she added all the streamers and stuff to the sleeves herself and one by one, and every tiny little detail she made, like her jewelry and stuff, I was just so impressed. And it's a common costume that you see a lot of people wear, but you don't see a lot of people make it. And that's because it is so like hard to make. And I was very impressed, and amazing job.
Can I say, I don't even know if this is part of her cosplay or if this is intentional, but the fact that did you notice the mask even
I
had
did,
the Jokers?
I did.
Yeah, the little ha ha ha.
I
And even that
Her own design.
I love it. Next up, we have Ragzi from USA as Karon from Hades. This costume of Karon, the boatman of the River Styx, utilizes sewing, sculpting, foam smithing, 3D modeling, 3D printing, and electronics. It's the first time Ragzi has worked with the latter half of this list. The face is 100% hand sculpted out of EVA foam clay and is lit within using a string of recycled battery-powered holiday lights. The armor was 3D modeled and converted into a custom-sized EVA foam pattern, and the coins were cast in resin from a single 3D print. The skin is a pair of shoulder-length nylon gloves, shaded and contoured to give the appearance of muscle. The cape and the hat were based off of traditional Greek chlamys and pedicis, respectively. Bakka, I'm going to go to you on this one. I'm pretty sure I need to order one of these nylon-length gloves for the muscles for my tiny little body. I'm really into this.
Actually, this is a very good technique that I love to use. Normally, I have it on this costume. If you have like these tights, and when you use very nice ones, you can paint whatever on. Also, what I did for Junkrat. This is a technique that it is perfect if you use it perfectly. So this is one of the example of techniques that this cosplayer used, and just very intelligently to use the right techniques and the right materials and the right amount, the right area. So I loved how seemingly effortlessly it seemed to harmonize. The intuition was just right where what has been used. So I love that. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Now, Zephyr, you're Hades? You're cosplaying Hades.
I've got Zagreus on right now, so I appreciate Karon.
I thought you might like this one. Kabea from Germany as Sheik from Legend of Zelda: Hyrule Warriors. Sheik is a special cosplay of Kabea. The armor is EVA foam and attaches with Velcro to the bodysuit. The harp is also made out of EVA foam. The knives on the thighs are attached with magnets she drilled into the armor from the backside. It was the first time she worked with magnets in cosplay. She also sewed something form-fitting with fake leather for the first time, the top, and did the details with the EVA foam. Zephyr, what are your opinions on Sheik?
So my favorite thing about this cosplay is her use of magnets to hold those sheaths onto her thigh armor. Because the magnets are like, when used the strong neodymium magnets, they're completely invisible underneath, and they are like rock solid, and you just like snap stuff on, and it you can pull it off, put it on, you can't tell what's there when you pull it off. So it's a great connection point, defies physics, it's fabulous. And also her torso piece is gorgeous as well. She said it was her first time sewing in faux leather, and who can tell? Such good work, and her addition of EVA foam to it was seamless. I just the Sheikah eye on the back is just so nice. So just a really tight, clean build, and just really well done.
Love that. I'm looking at like the stills. What people don't know that as I'm reading this, because I'm reading all the entries, as I'm looking at the stills, and then I click over to look at the video, and the video is just, it's beautiful. Like the movement in the outfit as well, just completely sells it. I absolutely love it. With so many of our cosplayers mixing elements of armor making, needlework, and effects, the time we decided not to split everybody's up into categories, but as well as best in show, the judges have picked out one entry that really impressed them with their needlework, and one entry that really impressed them with armor to receive a prize. So, here are the entries that really impressed our judges. First up, we have Sui from Russia as Rebel Caster Zem from Alad's Online. Sui made the main parts of Rebel Caster Zem's cosplay from EVA. The bracelet's glowing details of a tail, a chain on the back, fingernails and toenails, and some small decorative elements are made from 3D plastic according to this cosplayer's 3D drawings. When walking, the toes bend, the bracelets move on bearings around their axis, and the tail wags smoothly thanks to a chain structure. The skull on the back is made with sculpted elements, and the lenses are thermally molded and painted with stained glass paint. The right hand has a backlit vape. The wig was styled by Sui as well. She made the bodysuit and skirt herself with the leather elements, and she also made a backlit magic cube. Bakka, that is a lot. So the toenails move, the fingernails move, the bracelets move, everything. That's incredible.
I can relate because my Junkrat moved and glowed and smoked everywhere as well, even in the wake itself, there was smoke stuff. So I'm a fan of going beyond just, well, it's a costume. And also so different, many different techniques, and the rhythm was perfect visually. And I'm in love, really, I'm in love with the paint and the general, I say rhythm again, or the relation in between the colors and the shapes. It was just so pleasing to see how she's standing, really. Nothing is wobbly or visually it's really there. And yeah, the paint job. I'm a big fan of this paint job.
I love it. It sold me when it said that the toes move, so I'm good on that one. Yeah.
And the tail.
And the tail, yeah, that's great. I love it. Next up, we have Manolva from Spain as Night Sentinel from Doom Eternal. All of Manolva's Night Sentinel cosplays made with EVA foam floor mats, except the helmet that was done with HD foam. All foam pieces were sealed with wood glue, and seams were filled with wood clay, or filled with foam clay, and foam clay mixed with wood glue. He used black and dark olive green spray paints and acrylics for details including rust effects and blood and weathering. Also, light earth weathering powder was applied with spray glue and was all finished with a matte varnish. The Axis skull is a basic skull pattern from R31 Studios that he modified to suit his needs. The rest of the patterns this cosplayer made himself, looking at a few pictures he had and doing them freehand based on his body measurements. He also added LED lights to the chest armor, blade's edge, and inside the helmet. Zephyr, I know you're a fan of engineering, so what do you think of all this?
So this guy has excellent foam work. It's clean, it's detailed, it's finished properly, and gives no indication that it is actually foam. He replicates a variety of weathering from metal armor to leather to flesh and bone in that head of the thing he's holding, and it all looks just really accurate. And yeah, it's foam, but I don't believe it. So, and so under the hood, the armor is solidly rigged, and he has interesting he has sliding straps so he can breathe properly, so it doesn't constrict him, which is just really nice. And he incorporates on his bracer, he has a physical strap, but then the fake straps on top are magnets. I mentioned I like magnets on the inside of it. So it's so well thought out, and that prop is lovely. It's an energy weapon in the game, so which is crazy. You can't make energy in real life, but he used the best way is he did it an acrylic sheet with lights underneath it, which was really flat, and it glows outwardly, so in low light it looks just like an energy weapon. So an excellent build overall, well thought out, and just really quality engineering.
See, I knew you'd like this one.
Right.
Next up, we have Nevada from USA as Princess Tiana and the Princess and the Frog. Through some hard work and more than a few wishes on stars, Nevada created her first ball gown of her favorite Disney princess. She constructed, designed, and drafted from scratch a majority of all worn pieces, including the hoop skirt, bodice, leafy skirt, and petticoats. Hand sewing, hand beading, UV resin, and jewelry making skills were a big part of adding delicate features like water droplets on the leaves, the large magnolia flower, and appliques to the dress, and designing the crown and jewelry. If you wait patiently, you may even see a glowing firefly or two peeking through the skirts. Alyson, please tell me that there's fireflies in those skirts.
Oh my god. Okay, so this was one of the costumes that when I was watching this beautiful showcase, I got emotional, and I'm getting emotional again. There's a firefly! So, oh my god. Like, the things you can't see that we got to see was she made all the undergarments for this. Like, she made a bodice, she made a hoop skirt. You don't have to do that. But she went above and beyond, and every detail is just so incredible. She hand drafted so many patterns. She didn't miss a detail. And then she added her own embellishments to it that just like, she looks like a real princess. And like, it was just an experience looking through how she made it, watching her showcase, hearing her talk about it. It was just, oh, I feel very grateful I got to experience that. It's just great job. Yeah, I'm just gushing.
I love the word that you use.
Oh my god.
Well, I love the word that you use. You said experience, and I think that's a kind of something that all cosplayers do, is take us on a journey. They want us to experience, the character that they're portraying, and I think she did beautiful. It's just it looks rich. She looks great.
No, honestly, I can't. Just seeing her in it and the way she carried herself, and how you could tell she carried herself with pride. She looked absolutely freaking gorgeous, and she was such a strong energy that it just it makes you feel so much when you see it, and that's what it's all about. That's why I love this copy.
I love it. Good job, Nevada. Good job. Next up, we have Vanguard from USA as Monster Hunter from Monster Hunter. Vanguard's Monster Hunter has 15 separate functions, and the primary highlights of this costume are both in the accuracy and execution of the functions, including a functional Monster Hunter bow, which has a foldable glaive dual daggers that emit sparks. The primary armor has full articulation and functional movement, as well as perfect accuracy for the given character. The extreme variety of materials, tools, and skills that was needed for this costume is immense, including 3D printing, soldering, original templating, PVC shaping, extensive leatherwork, EVA foam, styrofoam insulation, magnets, custom design harnesses, and more. That it was a lot to say. I don't know. Did I read this correctly? There was daggers that emit sparks. Is that
Yeah.
This is insane.
So I guess the question should be asked, bakka, what didn't this have? This is incredible. What are your thoughts?
I mean, no matter what I say, I would take an hour. I mean, he said you have seen his video of 5 minutes saying, okay, I hope I have enough time to show you everything that this costume does. And he was, until the last second, he was still very in action, showing every detail and pockets and the spark stuff. And every time he's like a cartoon, always pulling out new props out of his bag.
Yeah.
So every time, it was insane. There's function, there are many techniques, and it is you could literally fight even more dragons than in the game, because he's saying that he has knives that he doesn't even use in the game. Like this knife he doesn't use, this one doesn't. Oh, this one does spark, and then it's retracting pieces. And
now
it steps in as if it was like a care chair. It's insane. Please,
I'm reading the list and it just kept going.
I want to see an hour. I love practical effects. I would go in practical effects if I was a special makeup artist. And I want a movie about this costume, which is a tutorial or a making of, but I want a movie about it where he goes on the camera close, and I want to see the weathering up close. I want to see the function. I want to see how he built it. I'm so passionate about understanding mechanical things and solutions, and it's genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. And this was my water bottle.
Like you
I
just,
have a
you're
leg.
real excited.
Your fault. No, I can't step out of my chair anymore because it's all water.
You good?
Now.
You okay?
That's me. Yeah, that's bakka.
I love it. We're going to move on to Air Bubbles cosplay from the United States as Tamatoa from Moana, aiming to be the shiniest crab in the world. Air Bubbles cosplays of Tamatoa from Moana, based on a design by Sunset Dragon, contains a lot more processes than can be seen from the photos. It boasts more than 500 programmable LEDs, 400 acrylic mirrors, and 3,000 rhinestones. The belt and headdress contain casted seashells, ships, weapons, and gems to mimic the treasure that Tamatoa has collected on his shell. The antennae are made from LED foam to ensure the lights can shine through. The sleeves and colored pieces are all hand-dyed silk, and the dress is a scuba knit for strength and comfort. Fun fact, the cosplay flew to Hawaii and had pictures on the beach. Zephyr, what are your thoughts on this? So I have to say, Zephyr, I'm a drag queen first when it came, so this already sold me when they said 3,000 rhinestones. So that's a winner in my book.
So if you just saw her twirl, right? Her LED work here is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of LEDs sewn into fabric, and it can still move like that without breaking any circuits. That is a feat. I don't really know how she did that. Like when I put LEDs in the fabric, I have to kind of lock them down. She's done something incredible there.
Yeah.
And her diffusion is also really nice. There's no hotspots. It just all looks like a very uniform, nice, colorful glow. And her effects are smooth. The transitions are smooth. Programming was excellent. And she also said she cold dip dyed everything herself. So just all the colors, everything about this is vibrant. So yeah, it's just such a great use of color lighting here.
Yeah, and I don't know where Air Bubbles is from, but I'm assuming that they're not from Hawaii since they flew all the way to Hawaii to take a picture. So I love that little fun fact as well. The colors are quite vibrant. You're right. For being, they're all dyed.
Yeah, she said she cold dip dyed all the silk on it. So very just popping color.
Yeah, very, very beautiful work. I love it. Next up, we have Lovable Spiral from USA as Rococo Princess Peach from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Lovable Spiral as Rococo Princess Peach is an original take on a classic character that took around 350 hours to complete, with more than 200 hours of hand stitching. This cosplay has 70 pieces of Spiral still boning in that stays. The satin flowers have over 300 petals created by hand and assembled. The gown features 15 yards of 1-inch scallops that had to be cut by hand and then gathered. Her favorite part of the gown is the mushroom lace, as it was chosen specifically because Princess Peach is the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. Fun fact, the dress has pockets that are hidden by the pocket hoops on the inside of the gown. Alyson, I know you love pockets too.
I love pockets. There's nothing worse than being at a con and like you don't want to mess up your costume for photos, so you don't want to be like lugging a purse around. So when you can just like stick some stuff in some pockets, it's like amazing. This costume, this is like an impeccable example of needlework being done to every degree it can be done. She did not miss a beat with any detailing. She went above and beyond with the detailing, like even down to like the little star buttons and coin buttons and like all these nods to Princess Peach. So she tied in a totally unique design and made it very have the essence of that character. And it was so clever and so well done that I just stood there and, well, I sat there and I watched her presentation video with like my mouth just hanging open. And then like she'd show another detail and I'm like, does it ever end? And it's just like, it was incredible and such a joy to like see such incredible needlework and the hand stitching. There's so many details on there you couldn't do with a machine, so she had to hand stitch them. And I'm not surprised it took hundreds of hours, but her dedication really shows with this, and I was blown away. So, oh my God, what an honor!
Not only you.
This.
Not only is the photo beautiful, but she was selling it in that video.
It really was. It really was.
Giving twirls and everything. I live. Work. Next up, we have Frog's cosplay from the UK as Loki from Marvel Comics. Frog's cosplay based its design on Lady Loki's first appearance in the Dark Reign comics with an original twist inspired by elements of mythology for a Witch of the Wilds vibe. The cosplay was created using entirely handmade patterns for the dress, armor, cloak, and the helmet. The leather armor is made from EVA covered with faux suede and leather with intricate details in the form of Norse knots, which each took hours to design, cut, and glue. Hand stitching was used to give a rustic feel to the cosplay, and every scale was cut and painted individually. Bakka, what do you think of this beauty?
Exactly this. I fell in love with it the second I saw it. It moves great. The paint job is great. The choice of colors and shapes, and not only visual, but also when you look at it, you discover and you get to know more and more details, which have so much story behind and also history behind. So they researched, and it's so beautiful, intelligent, and clever choices visually and mentally, or like in the inside of the thought about it. I love this costume. I want to have it now.
Same.
No. It looks luxe. It looks rich, is what I like to say, because it's just the details and everything just really sell it. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
And next up, we have Ellie from USA as Sophie Hatter from Howl's Moving Castle. One day, as Ellie was watching Howl's Moving Castle, they started to wonder what time period the film was set in and how the characters' costumes could be translated into real-world historical garments. After some research, she landed in the Edwardian era and created the Sophie Hatter costume following patterns and sewing techniques from Adeliera. She created nearly every garment they're wearing, including the combination corset and petticoats. Overall, Ellie is wearing 9 layers for this costume. That's 9 layers. Zephyr, where is it? What, all 9 layers?
I was gonna say this costume is a deception. She's got nine different layers stuffed into there, and so she's done every piece of this as a faithful recreation of historical Edwardian dress. She developed patterns entirely herself from a 1905 sewing manual that I guess she figured out how to read, and she did all of it herself from the ground up using historical methods, historical materials, and the way she talked about how she executed her design. She knew what she was talking about. She done her research thoroughly, and her work is clean, practiced, just skillfully executed. And I wish you guys could see what's underneath there, because you can't see it on the surface. It's all together. It's just the top. There's just so much there. Yeah. And as we watched the video, we kept being surprised. Like, wow, there's more. Wow, there's more. What is underneath all this?
Also, the video that wasn't a. That was so really ridiculous. That wasn't a green screen, right? That was actually a real place. That was beautiful.
What a beautiful
casual.
I know.
I love it. That was
points for video quality there.
Yes, stunning. She sold it. Next up, we have a Miss Tauros cosplay from the United States as Samurai Glaceon from Pokemon. This cosplay is based on Miss Tauros cosplay's original design and their take on Glaceon from Pokemon. She incorporated samurai elements to this costume to make it unique. She made all the patterns from scratch and used techniques such as draping, drafting, pattern making, saran wrap, and duct tape. Miss Tauros used crepe back satin to create the cape, hood, bloomer pants with pockets, waist belt, and straps for the armor pieces. For the kimono, they used a turquoise with dragon design brocade fabric that goes well with the concept. She added snowflake embroidery work, and there are 4,000 hand-sewn beads around the costume. They also used a blue red dye to create a light blue ombre look. Alyson, are you a Pokemon fan?
I am a Pokemon fan.
What's-
And this costume, first of all, honorable mention to the pockets. We love pockets here.
You're getting all the pocket comments now.
Somehow
love
they're
this one.
landing on me.
If you want to win a costume contest, make pockets.
Big pockets.
Yes, if I'm the judge,
Cosplay a pocket. What are you? A pocket with pockets. Who have pockets?
we need our snacks. We need our snacks just like stuck in our anyway. This costume was such a creative concept and design, and she added so many different elements to this costume, from like LEDs to like beading to dyeing the costume. There were just so many beautiful, very, very creative elements to this costume. Like the sash and the beading work, when you look at that up close, it is gorgeous, and you could tell that this was like a very intense creation, and she must have spent so much time on it. And I was just like, I think just the creativity alone of the character is so beautiful, and the design, you can get that it's a Pokemon, but also you feel cold when you look at it. Like she brought like the feelings of what that character would have. And this is just a really good example of taking a character and making it like totally unique and still capturing that element of the character, so you still know what it is. And I was just blown away. It's just was beautiful. So
100%. Yeah, I love it. I'm a huge Pokemon fan too, so to see a different take on Glaceon.
Yes.
I'm an Eevee fanatic, so to see this, it's just beautiful. I love it. Next up, we have Bender Shield from Croatia as King Lane from Warcraft, The Beginning. Bender Shield's armor for their King Lane cosplay was 3D modeled and crafted from Greyboard, a thick and strong cardboard often made of recycled paper that is usually used for hardcover of books. He made tests of Pepakura before scaling and making polygonal versions in Greyboard that were reinforced by body fillers with fiberglass and sanded to shape. Details were drawn on the armor pieces, traced, scanned, and cut into thin foam using CNC laser. After masking silver sprayed painted parts, gold details were hand-painted with acrylics and shaded with airbrush. Gems were printed using resin printer with aluminum foil for reflectivity. The sword was a 3D model, printed hollow with brass rods for strength. 4,000 scales were laser cut, then sewn to a long ribbon before attaching to the fabric. A pattern for the fabric was made on self-adhesive paper for the details on tunic and skirt stenciled using gold acrylic. That was a mouthful. Zephyr, there's so many details that went into this.
Yeah, this armor set is just an exhibition of advanced fabrication techniques. Like he said already in his bio, but he makes use of 3D printing, 3D modeling, FDM and resin, both printing, CNC laser cutting, but also like uses kind of the partially analog, using Pepakura to make the polygon shapes into real stuff and then smoothing it out. But a blend of hands-on and digital methods that he's just completely an expert at. And his rigging underneath is masterful. He uses rivets on as they are meant to be in the movie along all the plates, so that when he moves, it articulates perfectly, and it also reinforces the armor build. So it's really authentic. There's not like Velcro. It's literally held together by itself, which is great. And his finishing work is clean. He knows how to finish. He knows how to sand, and no layer lines, no seams. It is nice. And that sword, the pièce de résistance, it is beautiful. Intricate design, robust, reinforced construction. I love this. This is a great armor set.
Here we go. Next up, we have Kes from Germany as Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. Kes's costume is completely self-made. The crown and the buckle are made of foam and her own patterns. And she also patterned the gloves, bodice, boot covers, and skirt. The big challenge was to work with silicone printed fabric for the first time. You can't press the fabric, so you have to be creative to smooth out the seams. Using pleather for the applications, Kes had to find a way to press this too, and found out that hair straightener and baking paper does the trick. Kes is especially proud of her prop, the Darkhold. It was completely made out of foam, except the little device for the floating illusion effect. Alyson, I have a confession.
What?
I have not seen WandaVision, but
It's so good.
It's
I heard Wait, have you not either,
Yeah,
Zephyr?
sorry. We can both be in shame together.
Okay, there we go. I have not been.
I mean, you're missing out, but
I've been told.
I do not want to.
Time.
But I've seen pictures. I've seen everything, and it looks incredible. It looks like it just came off the movie set or the TV set. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like a super fan of the show. I think.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm so sorry then.
No, it's okay. I'm not offended. You're the one missing out. But when I saw this, I screamed naturally. I got very excited. She did such an amazing job. It looks like it came straight out of the show, and all the fact that she patterned everything, and then like she dyed the fabric, and like she made so many different details. And this costume is like super, super detailed. It's probably my favorite female superhero costume to date. So I was very happy to see it. And then when she pulled out that book and made it float, and the details on the book alone are beautiful. There's all the pages are hand done and everything, and then it floats, and I'm like, you just made magic real, and I'm witnessing this. And then also she made like the energy balls in her hand, and they just magnet to the glove, and it's so clever, and they light up. It's, oh my God, I was just, the cleverness of this was beyond me. And I instantly like searched her and followed her and just like fangirled over everything. It was amazing.
But were there pockets?
I actually
I'm just kidding.
Who cares? There's a floating book.
We will give her the benefit of the doubt and assume she has pockets.
I'm just kidding. It looks incredible, and I'll watch WandaVision just for you, Alyson.
Yes, please. But oh my God, this made my heart happy. So I was screaming probably throughout the entire presentation of this.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And Zephyr, there is magnets.
Yeah. Yep, I noticed. Don't you worry.
Next up, we have Slade from Russia as Dracula from Dracula Untold. Slade's Dracula costume was created over 10 months, but the idea of how to implement it in a worthy way was developed 4 years and hundreds of hours of brainstorming. He decided to go the most difficult ways possible. It all is made of genuine leather with deep embossing, even on the pauldrons. Even when embossing, only one dragon on chest took 3 days of manual labor, only interrupted by food and a short dream. The costume was created according to Slade's own designs and ideas, and he modified a metal sword and dagger only because forging at home was impossible. Bakka, I know working with leather is just, that's hard work. So this had to take a lot of, this had to take some time, some skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to research a lot. You have to be very careful about what you do because it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
And, it's still a piece of animal. So you don't want to go ahead unless if it was a cheap fabric. So it is incredible work. But then when you have the final piece, it is actually ecologically very responsible. We have rules that you have to comply to. When you work with leather, so you have to sculpt something wooden and you have to work the wet leather with a lot of force on it, and you have to hammer it for hours and hours and days. So, but then when you have it, you have a armor that is completely comfortable. Papa Cosplay, for example, he makes armor pieces of leather all the time, and he's like, oh no, he's casual but in full armor. I was like, how? So the time they put in it is worth every hour. So.
Yeah.
Respect for this great work.
Next up, we have Sarcasm Hime from Canada with an original 1910s arte interpretation of Hela from Marvel. Sarcasm Hime loves doing historical versions of fandom characters. The early 20th century illustrator Arte designed lavish gowns with a very distinctive look, and she wanted to create something sparkly and dramatic in that style for Hela, as she felt her design fit well with the Art Deco aesthetic. The filigree horns were cut by hand out of EVA foam and can unscrew from the helmet for transport. The hand-beaded dress is based on a real surviving 1910s evening gown and is worn over a period corset. Zephyr, tell me your thoughts on this one.
Just gorgeous transformative work here. She's blending Gila's original outfit from the show, from the movie, with the Art Deco fashion, historical Art Deco fashion. So I love how she her beading work combined that idea from the original costume, all the geometry and crystallinity of it, into this really nice, and the beads themselves look like crystals, the way she put them together. Nicely offset, nicely just shimmery and beautiful. And it really captures the themes of the movie. And that headdress, that is exquisite. I can't believe it's made of foam. It's foam, but I don't believe you. The carving is intricate. It's finished properly. And she said it comes apart, so I love that. You know, that's engineering. I cannot say enough about the artistry of that headdress. Beautiful, beautiful work there.
Is it? I'm looking at the picture. Is it rhinestoned and what?
There's rhinestones everywhere on this. It's
Sold.
shiny and shimmering and nice everywhere.
I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I'm upset for a big reason. That was the end of all of our contestants. Since that is the end, I have to say thank you to all of our contestants, all the entries. Whether you made the finals or not, you guys did incredible work, and you guys should be applauded, especially during all these pandemic restrictions. You guys should seriously pat yourselves on the back for doing this and still finding your creative journey through all of this. Are you ready to find out who the winners are? And guess what? They will be receiving vouchers for cosplay supplies so that they can make more fantastic cosplays. I'm going to pass the first one off to Bakka with an honorable mention. Bakka, tell us who it is.
It is little Lotty from the USA as Belle from Beauty and the Beast, because we loved the dedication, the love about every detail, hand-stitched details, and a beautiful vision. And it is very ambitious to do such a project, because when you're a beginner, you're not daring to do this, and she just did, and it is gorgeous. Thank you so much for participating.
Next up, we have Zephyr with the best beginner.
All right. Drum roll. The best beginner, please, is Adeliera from Russia as Cytheria from Warhammer 40K. Just a great combinatorial piece. She took a variety of skill sets together to create a seamless, well-engineered marvel. Frankly, it's why are you beginner? Please. Yeah. Excellent work.
It's insane.
Absolutely beautiful. And you know, while we're doing honorable mentions, why don't we go ahead and, I don't know, do another one. Alyson, you got another honorable mention for me?
Yes, and I'm very excited to say this one because I already gushed over it. Navedna from USA, Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. Just look at her. Look, just everybody just take a moment and take it in how beautiful and amazing not only she is, but this beautiful costume. And oh my goodness, I'm just happy that I even got to witness it. And yeah, so.
So sweet.
So thank you so much.
Next time, I'm going to pass it right back to you, Bakka, for the Judges' Choice Award.
So the Judges' Choice Award, it was very challenging because we thought, okay, we really, really want to honor additionally someone of this great competition, and we chose Loki, who is made by Frogs Cosplay from the UK and from the Marvel comics, and we all loved the paint job, the movement, the details, many different materials coming together to this gorgeous piece. And as I said, I want to have it. I still want to have it. It is.
I'll fight you for it.
We're moving on to award for the best armor. Zephyr, I'm going to let you take this one.
All right, this armor set just blew us all away with his just incredible ability. I'm happy to announce Bender Shield as King Lane. Bender Shield from Croatia as King Lane. I've talked about it already. It is just stunning armor. Excellent work all around. He knows what he's doing and he executes it. So congratulations, Bender Shield.
An award for the best needlework. Alyson, who do you have there?
I am so excited to announce Love Spiral from USA as Rococo Princess Peach from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I already gushed over this costume. The needlework was impeccable. It was such a hard decision, but she just did so much, and it was impossible to overlook. So, oh man, it was amazing. So great job.
So much love. Thank you.
And finally, our best in show, the costume that just blew the judges away with the combination of techniques, engineering, and the quality of work. Here we go. And the winner is Vanguard from USA as Monster Hunter from Monster Hunter. I'm going to pass it off with the final comments. Alyson, tell us your thoughts on this.
There's not enough time to tell all this stuff. So I'm just going to thoroughly impressed.
Yes.
Just barrel roll right out of the right out of the shed from the beginning. The fact that there was so much movement in the armor, it was so durable, so well made, so clever on how everything attached, so clean, so many elements. Just it was very overwhelming in an amazing way, and I'm so grateful that I got to witness the presentation and the display. I want more. So it was incredible, and yeah,
Awesome.
I think it's a
Zephyr.
good place, right?
Zephyr, your thoughts.
Vanguard, you, sir, have too many props. We need to cut that down a little bit next time.
We're gonna fight over it, so there are less props. So yes, 5 minutes of presentation are enough. That's okay.
Variety of finishes. And
Incredible.
Your chrome knife thing, I'm kind of upset that you got that chrome to be that chromy. So you've earned my ire for being too good.
No, it's perfect. The quality and quantity, and then the practicability, difficult word. It was. I can't believe that just one person did that at home. How?
Awesome. Congratulations, Vanguard, on winning Best in Show. Y'all, I'm so upset that that's it for this year.
Yes, already.
I know, amazing. I want to thank everybody for joining us, and we hope that you guys enjoyed all the costumes, all the cosplay, all the amazing detailed works techniques, as much as we did. And congratulations to all of our amazing entries, and thanks to our fabulous panel of judges. Thank you three for being here. Till next time, we can't wait to see you again. Y'all take care.
Bye. Thank you.